All right, you savages. That's right, Serious Jest here, and you are tuning in for some serious Blood Bowl action. That's right, this is the MML Mead and Mayhem League, and these two teams right now, the Skaven team, aka Rat team, that is home, is hosting the Khemri team, coached by teddytom. That Khemri team is called Undead but Worse. The Skaven team are the Repulsive Ratlings. And here we go as the teams set up for kickoff. Right before your very eyes, we are just a little bit behind on the action. Fortunately, the Cabal Crystal Ball has captured the pass for our viewing enjoyment. If you want to know what's happening in the standings and why this game is important, the Hopeless Necromantics defeated the High Wings of Hope earlier in the week to cement the top or one of the playoff spots. They are guaranteed the playoffs, and the team that either, well, if the Repulsive Ratlings tie or win here, they go to the playoffs with the Hopeless Necromantics. If Undead but Worse wins, they go to the playoffs. That's why this is a high-stakes, exciting game. Who will fill out that second spot from the F4, first four, Noble South Conference play pool for the MML? If you're not familiar with the MML features a Pro League and a Challenge League. The Pro League is the top league. It consists of 8 conferences. There are 2 different divisions, East and West, divided for ease of coordinating games. And the first 4, Noble South, are the 2 that are paired up this season, and 2 playoff spots out of that play. So as the ball is kicked off, a nice gentle gust of wind carries it 2 meters off from its original landing spot. So right in the vicinity of, oh, and right off the bat, Fetuk, a line rat, is knocked out by the Tomb Guardian Sternum. And then there's another knockdown by Disco Downtown, and Gimlick Grime Street is going to just knock back Sneetuck, but that's not enough. These Tomb Guardians want blood, and Ghoulish Gerd is gonna come in for the smackdown. I'm gonna switch the camera action, so we'll take it from the offense point of view instead of just sticking with the home team side all match. All right, so whenever one side gets a hold of the ball, we will see that. Making it look easy. Throw don't, runs up, picks up the ball, gets in the middle of that tight cage. They are leaving not much room at all for any kind of rats to dodge their way in there. Throw don't is a sure-handed throw around, so although he has agility too, once he picks up that ball, he is especially difficult to dislodge it from. And of course, as we normally see it with Khemri teams in this situation, especially when coached by teddytom, wisely he lays the foul, or maybe not so wisely, because it only draws a stun, and the Eagle Eye ref sends today's dinner off, sending it back to the kitchen. And today's dinner is going to sit out the rest of the sideline in that little punishment box there, looking frustrated and kind of pissed off at the ref. Let's take a quick view of the skills as they stand, and I'll take it here from the Blood Bowl 2 camera angle. And the rats are going to respond, and that is naughty. The Storm Vermin coming in with a hard hit. That is a strong Storm Vermin, laying the smackdown on Ghoulish Gerd. He didn't like how he hurt his teammate. The rats are going to crowd that right side of the pitch. The gutter runner is going to run back and stay safely out of the grasp of some of these very dangerous players that the Khemri team has. And that's it for the rats. One smack and then they're out of there. How will the Khemri team respond? This is quite an interesting matchup. I mean, you've got speed and stealth and sneakiness going in against pure strength and kick-ass. And yes, we are joined in the chat by former MML champ and conference mate of the Repulsive Ratlings, as well as my Hopeless Necromantics, the Stu176, saying, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. These have been some, these 2 last games from our play pool have been super exciting because they were both for the remaining playoff spots. But the good thing is that even the losers in these games, or teddytom, if he ties, will still get a bowl game. So And Stu, actually, we tied earlier this week, so he'll still get a bowl game. Which, depends how you see it. Extra SPP and money or another chance to die. The cage is advanced. The carry. Oh, and the rats waste no time. I forgot to mention those inducements. And a pretty much ineffective fireball, but it is enough to open a little bit of a hole. Let's check out those skills. So there's not a guard skill right here on Storm Sternum. And one of the Tomb Guardians that went down. Ooh. Failed dodge, that's not going to help. Fortunately, though, this rat did some extra training this week, and he's going to run up in there and use his dodge skills. Every time he can get it successful. I told you this throw raw is tough to dislodge the ball from, but, and a failed dodge is not going to help matters here. Now that ball is loose. His biggest problem is picking it up. If he manages to pick it up, it's hard to dislodge it from. Now the rats have spent their wizard. But then the ball is loose. But if the Khemri pick it right back up and reform that cage, it's going to be a long first half for the Skaven team. Again, we are playing at the home of the Repulsive Ratlings, which I am using actually View 2 League Manager in the background to I can access a lot of information. BB2LeagueManager.com. I always shout it out. It's such a useful tool run by the MML's own Don Eagle. And thank you so much, Don, for this wonderful tool. I can look right on here and find out that the stadium's name is the Rat's Nest, too. So I guess it's the second iteration. And we were talking about that. This is trouble for the Skaven team. Sobi Takara, that Strength 4, Agi 4, Throw Raw, manages to pick that ball up like it's no problem. Slimmage, that gutter runner that came in kind of failing stuff. He's a movement 10 gutter runner. He's KO'd with a cheeky foul. And Sternum is going to come in with a stunning blow. That cage is reformed, kind of. And that's going to be pretty difficult to get a good shot at the ball carrier. As I look around the pitch, wow, steadily it just looks like the Khemri are just, like the attrition is heinous, but I think it's just the amount of stunned players and rats laying around here on the field. I mean, it's only 2 rats knocked off the pitch so far. The damage just looks worse for some reason. If you were wondering what the inducements were, let me look back. They told me in the chat, one of them obviously was a wizard. And the other one, let's take a look, is Glart. I know Glart was in there too. Glart, a wizard, and there is a babe for the rats. And they're going to need it because that's the 3rd knockout on the rat team. And now the numbers are starting to skew heavily for the Khemri team. Boom, shalak, lock, boom. Naughty takes another slap at one of those Tomb Guardians, and Ghoulish Gird finally heads for the sidelines, knocked out. Use this free view camera, beautiful free view camera, to take a look at the action around the screen. You see Ghoulish Gird lying over there on the sidelines. And it looks like the Khemri are only 2 up on the field, but it just looks much worse. You can see Naughty come in and do some damage. Eddie Raja hits the bricks too. He's going to the sideline. And all of a sudden, the attrition battle is a lot closer than it was. 3 knockouts against the Skaven, 2 knockouts against the Khemri. Some would argue that the Skaven are winning the battle of attrition. So the 1 in 9 happens. The reroll has to get burnt as Gimlet Grime Street manages to knock back Glart. And there's still I'm sorry, no, he knocks back Glart. And who is that that's on the ball? That's Naughty. Still on the ball carrier, looks like, but not for long as he is... What just happened? So Naughty took a hit against... Okay, that was a double. Ooh, Throw Don't took a hit against Naughty, and looks like Throw Don't went down. So, hit on the ball carrier from... Ooh, this is all happening so fast. Another skull! That's another turn. This has just been turnover after turnover after turnover. It's a mess, but the Khemri still have the ball, and they still have the ability to score. And there's our first casualty, our first real injury. That's a smashed ankle. That's going to leave a permanent mark. Just a line rat, though, so Stuff and Junk lets it go. And Sternum is going to clear a little bit of a path as he hits not so... whatever that line rat, that Stormburmer's name is. And, oh, another bash! And that AV7, or the AV8s are giving way more than the AV7. Naughty's laying down on the ground. Oh, not so nice. Must have been the other one, the G. I like that. I like that little naming scheme there. They're going to surround Glart. They're tired of him creating hijinks. And could we be seeing the stomp? I'm not sure. Nope. There is a loose cage reformed. These are situations that Stuff and Junk in the past has shown no problems with throwing dice on. And we're going to see it here. Well, no, he's not going to do the cage dive. But he is going to knock back, the throw raw, and then coast to safety. The gutter runners are going to just drop back, stay within range to create problems and harass the other side, but not press too hard. Man, if you're Glart back there, you got to be glad right now, though, that you have a never-fail apothecary available to you. Add to this game. And look at that. Sternum doing his job. Not so nice. Getting knocked to the ground. And then while the Tomb Guardian named after Gerd hasn't really lived up to the OP-ness of his namesake, Sternum is really having a stellar game, much like the real Coach Sternjaw is having a stellar season with the Musalon Morningstars, who are also going to the playoffs. There we go. Man, the rerolls are in full effect. Both sides down to 1 now, but it's just about right. And I am joined in the booth by MML legend and F4 veteran, Beers1313. Yes, sir. Just walked in with beers in his hand, and he's got one for me. And that's why I love this guy. What's going on, Beers?
Yeah. What's going on? Getting some action going, I see.
Some serious action here happening. The Rats were initially getting out pummeled and then fought back. This has been a great season for Skaven so far. I mean, they are winning attrition battles, and that can be deadly for their opponents.
Week 2, I found that out. These Rats can take a punch.
Absolutely. By the way, what I was saying right before you joined in, the Musalon Morningstars making the playoffs with a 5-0-2 record, beaten only by the Disco Divas in that play pool, who are undefeated, have one more game to play, but it pretty much doesn't matter what happens in that game, aside from injuries to his team, because he's going to the playoffs. I mean, it might affect seeding, potentially, but even that, I don't think so. Nope, won't even affect the seeding.
Good season for the Divas, too. Really good season for the Divas and the Morningstars. After many seasons of, flirting with relegation, a bowl game here and there, I think they got, and now look at them. They've found the way to the playoffs.
You really got to love that. I mean, and that's just such a inspiration for if you've been there. I've been there. I've been in that relegation fight. And then you have a season like that, and you're thinking, man, do I just need to can this team? Has this team just had it? And then you come back, you have one of those seasons, you make the playoffs, and you're like, you know what? I'm glad I stuck it in there. So, real inspiration, man. The Morningstars have they've been an MML mainstay and sweetheart for so long. People have been rooting for them. And it's a great, great, great thing to see them make the playoffs.
The other story of this game, too, is the one fighting Undead but worse is this could be, they got a chance of getting the playoffs again with this team. So, this team has made playoffs every season that it's played. So.
Oh, I thought teddytom said he's never made the playoffs. I don't think he's ever made a bowl game with them. Are you sure?
Hey, made playoffs the last 2 seasons.
Did they? All right, then why did he say that?
He made it in the CL.
Maybe he just said he's never made a bowl game because he's always going to the playoffs.
Never had a bowl game. Yes,
that's
he's never
right.
had a bowl game.
Oh, well, then that's a humble brag. Oh, well, I've never had a bowl game because all we do is go to playoffs.
No, Teddy with a humble brag? No. kidding, Teddy. I'm kidding.
There we
I'm
go.
pretty
Rats.
sure he's made playoffs every time with this team. So
The Rats are not super eager to give up the touchdown. They move their gutter runners into a distant position to not give the Khemri incentive to really come hard at them. But they're just going to make them throw a couple of blocking dice.
yeah,
They're
throw
gonna
some
make
dice.
Khemri,
Why not?
yeah, we'll just see what happens. So maybe the double skulls happen. The dice have been kind of crappy for both sides in this match so far. And yeah, that's a walk-in right now for Takra.
Oh, the former vamp turned skeleton with a really
Is
bad
that what
armor.
it is? Takra, yeah. That is really bad on him. His armor has been dilapidated. See, look at that. So that was a
I watched
humble
it in
brag.
Guy
Teddy
once.
had
That
me
was
thinking
nice.
that this was like, oh, the season it all comes together. Teddy's made the playoffs every season except one.
I think he has a shot still to make playoffs this season. He gets
Yeah,
a win
no,
here, does he
yeah.
not?
If a win gets him the playoffs. That's
Yeah,
why this
that's
game is
crazy.
so exciting.
Ooh.
And I gotta
Dodge
say,
doing
as a
his thing.
member of this play pool, and I think you'll agree, this play pool is brutal.
Oh, it was.
Really been a tough play pool to play in.
Yeah, it's not just, BS or, bash. It's been, positioning. And, this has been a real good thinking year for this play pool.
Takara runs it in, or walks it in, and dances it in. Better of a description. Walks like an Egyptian, and the babes do the dance.
My
Let's
boy
see
said
how many
the
of
other
these
night,
rats
the white
get up.
present, oh, look, they're shaking. I was like, don't say that. Shh. Bombs around. Shh.
The babes are effective on the rat side. All three knocked out Skaven get up, and the Khemri don't even need rats to motivate them. Teddy's just over there whispering how if they get up, they get to kill more rats and hit more rats, and they all get up excited.
Who doesn't love doing that? Come on.
Now here's the
Let's
bad
kill
news
some
for the Khemri.
rats.
The bad news for the Khemri, though, is that after all that hard work to just, run down the field, getting peppered left and right by rats, and, keep picking that ball back up every time the rats manage to do ratty things and not get loose, what's going to happen? One-turn attempt by these rats, and they have a natural one-turner in Slinnage.
He's disgusting. Disgusting.
Absolutely. This guy doesn't even need a push.
Nope.
And here's I guess what I would add. I see the choice by Teddy here. Teddy has decided to not to put any of those Tomb Guardians on the line. And why? I think the reason is because you got this guy right over here, Glart, running around with his claw. And Teddy doesn't want to risk it. The downside of that, and you also got Naughty with the claw, so you got 2 claw attacks on your Tomb Guardians, and we all know they suffer from decay, so if you manage to cause a casualty, it could be devastating, especially for a team that's about to go into the playoffs. So I see his decision to leave them off the line. At the same time, the bad thing is that the only thing that's going to stop this one-turner is making the one-turner roll more dice, right? And by putting these skeletons on there, you've subjected that one-turner to get pushes if they want it that way, if the other side wants it that way. But it doesn't look like stuff's set up that way, so it doesn't matter.
No, he just does his thing and runs in.
Stuff's like, I don't do all that chain put stuff. I just take my natural one-turner and I run them straight to the defense. And maybe Teddy knows that that's how stuff operates. He scouted them, and so forget all that leaving your Tomb Guardians off the line. Now Teddy's going to make it more difficult. He's going to make him roll some dice.
This is a tough decision, right?
Sorry to lose you.
Defense and sorry.
Say that again. You said it was a tough decision, but what?
You get that perfect defense, and it changes your whole. Well, should I go up? Should I stay back? Am I good? And now you've opened yourself up to those hits.
What's crazy is that for most teams, the perfect defense kills your one turn. That's it. Pieces get moved and you're done. But it does not kill the one turn here for the Rats. It just makes it more difficult. And now Teddy's going to put everybody up on the line and basically dare stuff to dodge and hit him.
Not a simple one, but still doable. Oh, almost a good, nice kick.
That could have been a devastating kick. Instead, it ends up potentially devastating the other way. Now, Stuff has to roll less dice, and Slinnage is salivating for that now pretty much open end zone.
What a nasty one-turner. Boo. Nasty.
Stolzy said, Ab did it. The rat can do it too. I believe he can.
Oh, I have
there
no
are some
doubt.
different ways to skin this cat. We're going to see how he's going to do. Wow, he's just going to dodge straight through. He's not going to bother with knocking against the Tomb Guardian. And that's just arrogance on my end. I mean, didn't he even... I feel like he had enough personnel to clear the Tomb Guardian, but Stuff just said, you know what? That's a lot of dice. I don't really feel like rolling that. I'm just going to take this guy and just do ratty things. And that's what he does. So...
What was that dice roll? Holy mackerel. More than I thought it would be. Well, 2 tackles though. Yeah, okay, it makes sense there. Yeah.
I don't hate the decision. I mean, you know, it is a valid decision. It wasn't like he just decided instead of doing all these things where, you know, at best he was going to get 1, 2... he wasn't... Somebody had Dauntless. It would have been a tough Dauntless roll, right?
Yes. It would have been tough rolls either way. So it was tough rolls, doesn't matter which way you looked at it, right? Either I'm hitting tough or I'm rolling tough. Or dodging tough, sorry.
He could have shot a 1 die, so he could have ran like a rat over here. No, that still would have been a dodge. And Stuff said, you know what? I only got 2 minutes to figure this out. I don't feel like dodging Glard out, you know, with no included reroll.
Think?
Yeah. The more I think about it, I'm not really sure that I think that now, as I'm thinking about what he would have had to do to clear that Tomb Guardian,
it would have been crazy. He would have had...
It would have been less of a percentage chance. Yeah.
It would have been a 1 die with a loner. And then he would have had to do probably a secondary dodge up just to add more tackle zones onto that right side Tomb Guardian just to even get a 1 die. So,
yeah.
That's way too much. And you know rats, they like their YOLO, right? Oh, I would just run the
So if you added it up on that, what's that app that Trip likes to use all the time? The one with the percentages? It's not Pandora, it's like some female name.
Yeah, I forget what it's
name
called.
Of a female goddess or something. But if you added it up on that, it's, I think it would have ended up in favor of just dodge. Would have been 3 dice.
Dodge.
Oh yeah, it's stand firm too. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Stuff did the right thing. The difference between Stuff and me is that it would have took me 1 minute and 50 seconds to figure out that the best way is just to dodge through, and I would have Samba. I would have frantically slammed the button a bunch of times to try to make it through, and then like got to like the 2-yard line, and then like you're like, oh, the timer jumped on. Son of a bitch.
Damn timer does it every time.
Fucking timer. I mean, the timer does jump on me, but you know, sometimes I don't need to. You know, I don't need to cram a bunch of shit into 5 seconds.
Right?
Sometimes I do set myself up. I like to think.
There's blood coming out of my ears. I'm thinking too hard. Oh, here we go. The blitz is in. The blitz is good.
Eddie Raja has been a whipping boy for these rats this game. That's the second time he's going out with a knockout. And with no babes to massage him back to health over on that sideline, you gotta be a little worried if you're Undead but worse. Especially because you need a win, not a tie.
Ow. And like all killers, jumping back. Okay, I made my hit. I run away now. Bye-bye.
I said Samba was some kind of like goddess or whatever. It's not just like a type of music, a type of Latin music. It's also a description of a type of a mix of race that's probably no longer appropriate to use in light of historical events.
History lesson coming in. Here we go. Ow. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, take my claw
Boom!
in your
Dead Show Rise
face.
again, KO2. Rats are just laying out knockouts like they're Rocky. Adrian!
No, Adrian! I get to the top of the stairs and I'm about ready to die because I think I'm having a heart attack.
This is another thing. Instead of dodging people to for assists or moving people to assists, you know, stuff just says screw it, throwing the one guy.
Why not? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mello questioning the decision as to why Teddy would employ 2 throwers on a skating team. I don't hate it. A thrower is what, 70k versus a regular line rat, 50k. So
yeah,
even
it's
if
not much difference.
Yeah, so for 20k you get a guy that can, and because of the movement of rats, if something happens to your main thrower and you need somebody to pick it up and throw it with a built-in reroll in a pinch, I don't hate it. Also, this guy can start to build up extra skills as a backup for when your main thrower eventually gets hurt.
Yeah, right. Which all rats do. So
Yep.
yeah, I have no beast with it.
Yep.
Usually, if I'm playing rats, which is never, often, never, you know, I'll roll with the second thrower, and he's usually my bench.
I've been known to put a second thrower on a high elf team in the sea ladder.
Nothing wrong with that either, right?
Yep. I'm like, you know, in the
It-
pinch,
it
the pinch is coming
creates
helpful. Yeah.
Right? Options. This is what this game's about. You got to have options, or you're going to be pinched, and then you're screwed. Unless the dice just tell you that's the way it's going to be, and you're screwed anyways. So.
Right. And so now Glart, who was put into contact with Chatterbox, is now wrestled to the ground by Chatterbox and surrounded by
they're
2
having a
angry
huggy
Tomb
moment.
Guardians. Yeah.
Look at them hugging it out.
Cameron
Furry
survived
versus
the turn 8 1-turn from the Rats, so it is crucial now that these Rats push downfield and score. They don't need to score early, actually. If they score later, it helps because a tie here puts the Skaven team in the playoffs.
Yes. Huge.
And Sneak
huge
Up
work
is
for that.
knocked out by
See ya.
Disco Downtown. Again, Disco Downtown, another one.
Teddy must have missed the memo. You know, it's a loner. You got to kill the loner. The loners. Don't just
There he
KO
goes.
them.
Yeah, true. True that.
Kill the loners.
Oh, and you're going to have Takra drop back in safety coverage. And now Stuff's got some decisions to make. Is he going to handle this in a assassin strike kind of way? Make them pay for marking up, or is he going to dodge away and try to reposition? Ah, Teddy. So if you kill one of his players, or if you kill one of his Tomb Guardians, you get the next one named after you. That sounds like a pretty cool prize. Oh, there we go. So a handoff from Tremor Noah, who was a member of the Cheesy Chlamydians in the farm, coached by myself, by yours truly. Pre-season, before we knew Stuff and Junk was coming to the F4, we actually traded. And he traded me that Movement 9 Wolf, Lowell. And wow, and then I traded him Tremor Noah. And as we are talking about Tremor Noah, we're not even noticing that he handed the ball off to the team star Slinage, who just dodges his way through this flood, this sea of undead creatures, and puts himself in scoring position. Right now, this is a potato. Potato! The question is, can he turn it into a screen? But look, I think he is encouraged by the fact that there are no tackle pieces in his vicinity. So he's going to try to clear a path here with Naughty. That is a... So he decides to provide an assist here. Ooh, instead of just marking
there's a
up.
tackle piece.
Oof.
Zip.
There we go. So he's going to burn a reroll. teddytom has 5 rerolls. I just noticed that. Did he get it? I hope he got a reroll on the kickoff. I hope that's why it's 5.
I would hope.
All
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Naughty is going to give Disco Downtown a little bit of the business. And then how is he going to skin this cat next? Who is he going to mark up or get in front of? Oh, that's what happens when you try to GFI with a loner. Does not work out. Naughty is stunned, and now Slinage is at the mercy of a 2-die block, but a 2-die block with no tackle.
To potential. Still got to make that GFI to get there, right?
Is it?
I believe that.
Only because the Glart is gone for the moment.
Smack your face.
It wasn't a loner that made the GFI. I'm sorry. So I think you're right. I think the reason that it's
Whoopsie.
So here's the thing. He didn't need to do that.
There you go.
I guess he just wanted to mark him up in case it. No, but it's this right here.
4.
Sakura had a straight up hit on him. That's why. You were looking at the Skelly. That's why. Okay, so you wanted a 3-die. And there you go. He's at the mercy of a 3-die. The GFI was you burned the reroll, and barring something crazy, barring a 1 in 36 failure, we're going to be seeing a Skaven touchdown next turn. Warp Lightning is injured, and they better hurry up and score because these rats are going down.
Ooh. You don't like seeing your gutter runners go out when you're the Skaven coach. I need my movement. I need my agility, damn it.
These rats are going down like they just got taken out to a nice dinner. Blood Bowl After Dark starts now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, dude, Mello points out it was 2 dice on a wrestle gutter, but yeah, I mean, 2 dice on a wrestle gutter carrying the ball is pretty much like 2 dice, almost like 2 dice on a Blodger review of tackle, right?
Yep. Take a shot.
Oh, so the 1 in 6 fails, but the 1 in 36 does not.
We got a tie game.
We do have a tie game. This is Advantage Rats as a tie game. Mello didn't like the relying on the pure skills of the players. He thought basically the Rats put themselves at risk unnecessarily. I think Stuff's viewpoint on this, if you'd ask him, would probably be that he knows Teddy's playstyle, and right now he had an opening for a touchdown, and he rolled some dice, whereas if Teddy positioned those Tomb Guardians where he wanted them to, or if a bunch of dodges went wrong with the guys that don't have dodge built in, don't have action for, he would find himself in a position where that touchdown would have been a lot harder to score. So he went with hashtag just score. And I don't hate the idea of coaches playing to the strengths of their team. The advantage they have over Kenry is this agility, the ability to do these crazy things. Rolling a bunch of dice kind of favors them rather than the Kenry, right? So, yeah, and speed. So, he put it in the hands of the dice a little bit, but I don't really hate it.
No,
I might not do it myself, but I don't really hate it.
No, I don't hate it at all. No. I think he was trying to stall that a bit, and it kind of backfired on him there, but...
Roik is asking if I'm free 9 a.m. UK time. That's 4 o'clock in the morning. I doubt it, bro, but sometimes.
4 o'clock in the morning?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
No.
It has been on that. But then again, if I get all excited and start talking loud in the house, I'm probably going to get punched in the back of the head. Then I'll be knocked out for the rest of the broadcast. Oh, by the way, as we talk about knocked out, a rat permanently removed from this game. I think that will sneak the lethal.
The extra catcher. Or thrower.
The extra thrower that we were just talking about. There we go. What's going on then, Roy? Is that who's your team playing? What teams are playing at that time? And now the Camry doing some more punching. That little squad, Squirrels versus Ramang for a playoff. That one should be good. Stolzy should be up around that time though. You can get him. If I'm up, if I happen to wake, sometimes I do wake up in the middle of the night, can't get back to sleep. But again, my announcing would be golf style at that point.
Old man Jest kicking in there.
I'd be like I would be golf announcing at that point. Like, looks like that was a really hard hit. It was a really, really tough hit.
We had a good couple broadcasts doing that.
Ooh, touchdown! I hear you. Sorry.
I think we've called a couple games where we've done the whisper chat.
Yeah. I think there was one game I called with Bernie back in the day where it was like that, and his wife came in and threw something at him like while he was on the mic.
You too? Yeah, that happened with me and him too. I was like, what was that? He's like, I gotta go. That kind of hurt. I was like,
yeah,
why?
Gotta go. I'm losing consciousness.
You hear the door fly open, hit the wall, and you hear the object fly through the air. Oh, my head. Good night, Bernie. Good night.
Speaking of violence here, the Camry they have a fortified cage here. This is what happens to start to go down in numbers, and maybe bunching up in the middle like that may not have been a great idea because teddytom, a master of positioning, has managed to create two walls that Archibald Drumpf would be proud of here, and seal off these rats. Say they're not getting into my country. He considers rats to be from butthole countries, and they want to keep these rats out.
Oh, bunghole!
Bunghole countries.
Wow, the big question is, can the rats stall the rest of the game now?
Yeah, I don't know. Either somehow they got to do something because this is.
They need removals. If they don't start popping, then
two ways to skid this, right? And like, yeah, you and I both tend to think they need removals because we play more bashy teams generally.
Right.
Stuff is probably thinking, how can I snake my way in here and just cause some disruption on the ball? You know,
how can you rat it?
Yeah, how can I rat my way? You know, kick this ball out when he's least expecting it, cause him to change his focus, and then separate the troops. Because when Teddy's able to do this, surround his ball, not worry about his ball, then he can send out a kill squad. And man, the dice are just not being kind to the Ratlings with these dodges. And there's a double fail. That is a double one. The old snake eyes. Although it was a 3+ dodge, but this could be it. This could be the turn 12, where the failed dodge by that rat allows teddytom to come up, place his foothold within scoring range, and just pummel rats for the rest of the game.
3 and a KO for the rats, and then the KO and the kicked out player for the Camrys. So the Camrys are still standing strong. They've got the ball. Here we go. All that guard and strength. It'll be hard for these rats. They're going to have to pull some rat BS now.
Absolutely.
Alright. Dog whining at me. Alright, get off the couch, dumbass. There you go.
Here comes the boom. Eddie Raja back on the pitch. He woke up after the last knockout, and he's giving a little back. But the double skulls in effect. There have been a few double skulls and double ones thrown throughout this game, man. Snuffle is definitely getting a hand up in this match.
Which he always seems to find a way to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As Jofer would say.
Mm-hmm.
And Teddy also loves it to maneuver to get that 3-die block.
Oh, if it's there, you take it. Every rookie should know that when it comes to Blood Bowl. You got an opportunity to set up a 3-die, you take that 3-die.
Yeah.
Especially
Teddy's really good at setting them up.
Yes, very good.
Especially with all
Teddy's
these
very
damn
good at
guards.
his positions.
Yep. This is not looking good for the Ratlings. Again, the Ratlings just got a tie. They just got to maintain a tie here to go to the playoffs. But looks like the Camry are just going to steamroll this ball in and score on turn 16 if it keeps going this way. But never count stuff and junk out till the very end.
Ooh.
Because he can be a very clever and devious coach. Oh, there we go. Leap successful.
Whoop.
And Beastmaster is gonna run back. Looks like they are gonna try to stall the cage by
cracking it.
Crack one side of it. Mark everybody up. Camry kind of spread themselves a little. Yeah, they may have put their Tomb Guardians out too far to one side. And here comes the blitz.
Yeah, strength 4, bludge, and sure hands is
going
never
right for
nice
the ball. Oh, fails the leap though.
Oh no! Oh wait!
Makes the leap. And is this a red die he's throwing, or is? Yep, he's throwing a red die, and it does not work out in his favor. But I mean, he's still.
No, he didn't stand. Oh.
Yeah, here's the thing. If he probably should have thought about standing these linemen up first, right? I know it's more hits for the Tomb Guardians, but now there's nothing in their way. Now he's left all of these guys in contact, and there's no issues with Teddy because he gets to take those hits, and then these guys back here who are not in contact with anybody just get to move up and form another cage deeper down the field.
Oh, there's a big stun.
I don't know what Stuff was hoping to do with those line rats laying on the ground other than maybe keep them alive. Because it's not like they're super agile or anything, and they can just pick the ball up wherever it falls. So that was an Agi 3 gutter. I see that.
That was a red die, eh? I wonder why that was a red die. Oh yeah, right. Strength 2. It's like, why is that strength die? Or
it's an Agi 4.
He had freaking horns.
You don't like leap on Agi
strength 2.
5.
Yeah.
I mean on Agi 4.
Not used to playing with strength 2, you know. It's kind of not my vocabulary. Unless it's a goblin. Oh wait, no. Here comes the shift. No urgency for Teddy to march up this field.
And there you go. Cage just reformed, no problem. And
Tomb Guardians moving. Here's the problem with not standing up the loner and the line rat, right? These guys get to move around, position their guard, their block, their whiny blow.
And now the cage is like Thorger. Blitz coming. That's gonna be a 3 die. Oh, I thought it was a 3 die. And the reroll is gonna be spent, and it still doesn't get the job done. They really wanted to get rid of Naughty.
Can you blame him?
This time, I don't blame him at all. This time, Beastmaster is going to get stunned. Man, this is looking really bad for the Ratlings. Really, really bad.
The Rats gotta get going now. Ty gets them into the playoffs, right? I think I saw that right.
Yes, Ty gets the Ratlings into the playoffs. So the Undead but worse need to score right here.
Hey.
So because the Ratlings are 3-2-1, and Undead but worse are 3-1-2. So a tie means that the Ratlings hold the better record at 3-3-1. While Undead but worse is 3-2-2. But if Undead but worse wins, they'll be at 4 wins, 1 draw. 2 losses, while the Ratlings will drop.
Jeez, that's what 4 seasons in a row. I say the F4 with their matches.
Yeah.
So have been this tight. Like week 7, we're going down to 3 to 4 teams. I think 5 years ago, it was decided about week 5. I think, if I remember correctly, anyways. But I think every season after that, it's been tight. Like last season was tight. The season before was tight. So That's always good when your play pool, or usually you say conference, but whatever. Our play pool acts like that, right? Nice and tight, some good action too.
Right.
Ow.
We like it tight.
Yeah, we
Blood
like it
Bowl
tight,
after
right?
dark. We like it tight.
Oh, one die come. Ah.
Well, he's gonna actually mark him up too. Oh, that is a.
Oh wow.
So I gotta think that something is coming in. Something's about to happen. And no, not Lantern. Is he gonna burn his last reroll? No. And
wow. Just can't
that was
get
a
the
tough
roll
fall, but
move him
the
around.
Tremor barely survives it. And man, I mean, the dodges have just not been there for the Rats.
No, they need them.
And there we go. Disco Downtown putting an end to Naughty for the game.
Enough of you, Naughty.
It looks like, unless he's gonna apple him, and he's not. Yep. At this point, Stuff and Junk is just thinking, you know what? Gotta save that apple in case we need him for next season. To keep a player in it for next season.
Yeah, like
Slimmage possibly.
Right there.
Just a KO.
Oh, he's okay. And now there's
This is
the dominoes are starting to fall.
Yeah, House of Cards.
Mark. Yeah, good idea. Cage move down. Doo. Damn Camry. You're almost as dirty as those dirty necros.
When Camry work, they work.
Yeah, right?
I don't think
they
Necros
fail.
I don't think Necros as obnoxious as Camry are, though. Just all of that damn strength and guard.
Yeah, but what's one thing Necro has that the Camry don't? Let me just run my movement.
It's a little claw.
It's a little claw. It's a little poop.
Little claw. When did claw ever hurt anyone?
Right? That's what my story's been.
That little claw that just goes boop.
Little boop.
So, Fearless Tremor Noah coming in, making contact. You have to think there's going to be a, oh, what is this? We're having Beastmaster's running away from the ball.
Wow. Sound like his characteristics.
Especially at this point. It's Stuff just saying, screw it, we're packing it in and...
Well, they wouldn't have put the catcher or the thrower in contact. If that was the case.
Puzzles me. I guess he's trying to win it. He's putting a receiver down the field. I respect it. I just,
Totally.
You don't need to win this game. You just need to tie to go to the playoffs.
Guess I got to get inside his head machine going. No, I'm coming up with a blank.
I think that's just force of habit. They're like, you always put a guy downfield. So Dodge goes, man, the ones just keep coming, bro. And here comes a blitz. Is it going to be 2-die or 1-die or what? I don't even know.
That'll be a 2-die.
Failed lead more ones. There's the last reroll. This is it. This is it. Oh, he didn't stand up that line rat over there. And it's a 3-die red block. It doesn't matter.
No, he had guard anyways. Didn't matter. Good attempt, though. Well done. Good attempt. Yeah. I love when people put those mutations in with that leap. That's awesome.
Oh, Tremor Noah taking a nasty hit. And
big uppercut, too.
Yeah, barring something crazy, we've probably seen the last of him standing on his feet for this match.
Hey, but good on, you know what? Stuff's going to be a little disappointed in this game. But you know what? First season back up into the pros after taking time off and playing his Rats.
Hell of a season. And actually, they're going to a bowl game.
Playoffs. Wow.
And they're going to a bowl game.
Well, they are going to a bowl game. That's right. Well done, This team, when they left the pros and they got retired for that bit, they were pretty beat up, and Stuff was like, I can't deal with these Rats anymore. Bounces right back.
And he forgot for a while why, and this games like this will remind him.
Yes. That stuff will tell you. Or Ask Spawn. He'll tell you that too. Ah, now I remember why.
Yep.
I remember why.
It's funny because like in the farm, Spawn only plays like Black Bash teams. That's all I've seen him play. That's like his
Oh, he's been
rest
playing
play.
Underworld like crazy, and
Oh,
he's
has
doing
he?
well with
Oh, I
them
haven't
in the
played him enough.
CL. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's in the
That's
CL with them. Yeah,
nice.
so-
I'm sure he's probably really good with them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we
there's not
go.
much difference.
Crazy play coming.
Just dance, but enough, baby. Here we go.
You're gonna see probably a 3-die block, 3-die red block.
Maybe. Stuff might be like, you know what? I love Ratlings too much. Gotta go. Peace
He
him
wants
out.
to preserve Beastmaster at least for the play. Oh, and there we go.
Here we go. Whoop,
That was the
whoop,
crazy
whoop,
play. Couldn't get it done.
whoop. Well, at least he didn't die. It's always
Yep,
good then.
true that.
You're a rat coach.
And in for the TD. He's gonna run through his line, slap fives with a couple of his linemen.
Yeah, high five, dude. You gotta put your hand up when I can run by for a high five. Come on, let's
Takra,
run.
I think that's the second TD, right?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I'm being summoned.
Is that Brody, Beastman?
That's Brody the Beastman.
Nice.
Who's now a freaking zombie. We'll come up with a different name, won't we?
But he got MVP last name too, I think.
Yeah, he did. I heard that. I was like, yeah, that's my boy, Blue. Except for not really now, because you're a freaking zombie.
He's gonna be an awesome zombie though. He's gonna be taken care of. You guys
That's
just
awesome.
watch this close. It was a close game, man. It was just you never
It
knew
was a
what
really
happened.
good game. I'm glad I jumped in. This was a really good game.
22 armor breaks versus 4 was the
There's
basic
the story, right?
Yeah, first half they weren't getting the injuries or KOs they needed to Kemry, but second half, wow, yeah, Disco downtown
turned
with
it on, right?
11 SPP after getting the MVP.
Shoo!
That is gonna be, that's just gonna be more skills for him. Yay, yay! For
Hey.
everybody's playing. He leveled. Yeah, he leveled. This guy's gonna be a pain in the balls. Blood Bowl.
Oh, I
Let you
need
know.
more leveling Kemry. Leveling Kemry. Their silky bones with their
Harder.
shiny armor.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We have
Yeah, thanks.
final game of the F4 and NSC, I think. Is it
Dungeon West?
final?
Dungeon West. Yeah, I think we're the last game to play tonight. I think.
Okay. No, not Dungeon West.
think.
F4
You
NSC.
got- you-
So it's,
Or yeah, NFC. Yeah.
yeah, it's Goons
You
versus
played-
Misfits, right? No, the Deep Ones haven't played yet. Deep Ones versus... It's going to be the Deep Ones versus the G-Boys, Gingerbread Boys.
Oh, they haven't played yet? Oh, I thought they played already. Oh, my bad.
If they played, and they're not on BB2 League managers, so... And
Oh,
they,
no, I'm checking right now.
No, in any case, Magrita
I
versus
think
Georgia
that might
tonight.
actually be a. I think it's bowl game contention on that one. Whiskey needs a win. He
Yes,
can't get it,
you're
but I
right.
think,
If Gingerbread Boys manage a tie or better, they get a bowl game.
they get a bowl
I
game.
think,
Yeah,
if I remember how the rules work right.
yeah
And,
they're 2-2-2, so that puts them over 500, right? So a
Whiskey
tie
Whiskey
or a
does
win.
not have a bowl game in him, even if he wins.
No, he'd
not
be
gonna
2-2-3, unless there was an odd number and he was the next in line.
I
That'd be
got
the
you.
only way he'd do it.
But Magrita can secure a bowl game with a win tonight. Conversely, Georgia Goons, their first season in the pros, led by Colorado Celt, an orc team. If the Georgia Goons manage a win, they can do a lot to help themselves stay out of relegation. Because basically,
Yeah, I haven't even looked at relegation yet.
Yeah,
But he's no wins, but 3 ties. That could be a thing. Almost
So-
killed me last season, but
the St. Malvern Pioneers, coached by H.C. Vanslow, is a human team. They are 0-1-6. If
Ooh.
they're getting relegated no matter what. I think they are a lock for relegation. The Yate Yobs 2.3 is 0-6, but with a win. And yeah, if they get a win and the Georgia Goons don't manage a tie, then Georgia
Coin
could
flip.
be. No, because if Yobs gets a win, they're 1-0-6, and then Georgia Goons would
That'd
be
put them at 3
0-3-4. They both be at 3 points, but
3
the
points.
first tiebreaker is wins.
oh right, win. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So a
basically,
big
the
game for the
Yabs
Orcs tonight.
with a win, and Georgia Goons doesn't manage at least a tie, then yeah, you'll see Georgia getting relegated instead of
I think the
Yabs.
Yachts just came back up to pro this season, did they not?
Yeah,
I thought
probably. I don't know. They've had a couple of
I can't
seasons
remember
where they
now.
float, and I admire that S130 South. You know, it's like he's had a couple of relegations and still says, screw it, I'm gonna work our way back up, and he does come back up. He's a solid coach, solid team. The
Mm,
MML pros are just brutal. If you want to know more about
yeah, that's it.
MML, check out mmlpro.com. Has all of the information on there. Also, if you want like specific statistics and stuff like that, you can find them on bb2leaguemanager.com. And not just for the MML, for other leagues around Blood Bowl 2, both PC, PS4, and even Xbox. Looks like I lost my booth mate Beers, who went to refill his beer. I don't think he'll make it back in time before we close this. And I'm seeing messages here from Teddy. He's no idea how he took top of the table. Yeah, with the win. Okay, so here's what happened. So with this win, I didn't realize that, but you did take top of the table. You hopped over the Hopeless Necromantics. That puts Undead But Worse has 4-1-2 record. Wait, 4-1-2. Yeah, there you go. 4-1-2 record. And the Hopeless Necromantics have a 3-3-1 record. So you are the only Undead But Worse is the only team in the play pool with 4 wins, making them top of the play pool. Hopeless Necromantics will get the second playoff spot. High Wings, Repulsive Ratlings will get bowl games. Magrita will be playing tonight. Could lock themselves up with a bowl game as well. Gingerbread Boys, when they play this week, could be in a bowl game as well. So we'll see how. And Georgia Goons will be fighting to stave off relegation. I think they can pretty much guarantee it. Guarantee no relegation if they manage at least a tie. If you're looking for that match, that's going to be on at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I may host it if I am able to, but I may not. Stay tuned to around 10 a.m. 10 p.m. rather, EST tonight. Somebody will probably host it. I mean, if it's not me, it'll be somebody, I'm thinking. At worst, I know Beers will probably cast it and just do coaches chat. But I may be able to announce it. I'm going to try my best. All right. Yeah, it was my pleasure to stream this. What an exciting match. Thank you both, Teddy and Stuff, and have a great one. This has been another MML presentation, and I am Serious Jest. Thanks for tuning in.